The biggest mistake entrepreneurs make when building automations is trying to build the entire system all at once. Automation doesn't become powerful when it's complex. It becomes powerful when it's built one strategic move at a time. Most business owners think automation means building huge, complicated systems, when in reality, the strongest automations are built step by step, step by step, day by day. Y'all watch that show? In this video, I'm going to show you how real automation infrastructure is actually built inside growing businesses and why the smartest companies never try to automate everything at once. But first, my name is Alicia Ford. I am a business automation strategist, and over the past 6 years, I've designed more than 136 funnels and operational pathways for high-tech coaches and agencies, building scalable business. And if you're already realizing that your business needs stronger operational stability, I created something called the Stability Protocol, which lives inside of Anointed Automations Academy, which you can join for free. It's a 14-day quick start designed to help you stabilize one critical operation in your business. Over those 14 days, I'm going to guide you through identifying the real source of breakdown in your systems, mapping the trigger that should automate it, and creating a simple decision structure that removes guesswork from the processes, basically taking you out of the decisions. I used to work for a construction company that specialized in high-end hotel renovation. And if you've ever watched constructions from the outside, it looks chaotic. It can look like everything is happening all at once. But when you understand the blueprint, when you understand what they're doing, when you understand the order and phases things have to be built in, everything is extremely intentional. Construction is built in layers. First, they do demolition, then they tear out the old so that there's a clean slate, then they move behind the walls. Plumbing, electrical, infrastructure. Because if they started with tile and grout and paint and finishes before opening the walls, that would be freaking pointless. Everything would have to be torn out all over again. Well, automations systems are built the same way, layer by layer, one operational structure at a time. Strategy always comes before automation. It comes before the funnel. It comes before any infrastructure rebuild. And a lot of people don't actually have the strategy. They think the automation is the strategy. They think the funnel is the strategy. And it's not. Think about something like a mastermind that functions like a high ticket membership. Inside that offer, there are several different processes. You have the intake, you have delivery, you have the teaching, you have the coaching, you have the accountability, you have the check-ins, you have the support, you have the offboard, you have renewals, you have referrals. That strategic layout of how your offer works becomes the process. And those processes become a system. But most people skip that step. They take a look at the offer and try to build one giant automation around the whole thing. But delivering your offer is not one big process. It's multiple micro processes. Intake is a process. Offboard is a process. Delivery is a process. Coaching is a process. Training delivery is a process. Once you start recognizing those micro processes, that's when you begin building automations on the back of the strategy. The goal of automation isn't to automate everything. The goal is to stabilize your processes and systems so that they support the weight of your business and pull you out of it for peace of mind, relief, and time freedom. If your automations are flimsy, they can't carry the weight of your business. This is like asking your 3-year-old to help you carry groceries. Baby, they're not helping you do nothing, but they feel good. So when I work with clients through the stability protocol, we start with rules. Rules determine how a process functions. Think about the rule in a household. No running in the house. No screaming in the house. Shoes off at the door. In your business, rules define how your system operates. If someone makes a deposit in your program, the rule might be they immediately go through onboarding or they go through a preliminary onboarding. And onboarding includes this step, and this step. And once the rule exists, that's when we define the triggers. So triggers answer the question, when this happens, what happens next? So when payment is received, onboarding begins. When onboarding is complete, the welcome sequence triggers. When a client submits a form, a notification is triggered. Automation works through small strategic triggers that move one process into the next. So I want to give you a real live example. So a couple of years ago, I worked with a client who ran a seven-figure digital agency. They had a program that combined a self-study training, coaching, and done for you implementation services. The done for you service wasn't triggered until a client submitted a completed product. Because we were enrolling 5 to 10 clients at a time, we had to design a system that can handle the scale. So first we defined the strategy. What is the offer? What are the deliverables? What does the done for you portion actually include? How much time does it take? Who needs to be involved? Once all that was clear, we mapped out the processes. How do we collect the branding? How do we receive approval? When does the graphic team step in? When does the tech team step in? All of these processes were defined. That's when we built the system. So the client started to submit their information from a form once they were done with their product. That form collected everything the team needed: links, branding assets, approvals, credentials. And once the form was submitted, the system automatically created a ticket inside of the project management system. So the operations lead then assigned those tasks to the appropriate team. So again, remember what I said, everything doesn't have to be automated, but most of it can be. So the graphic team design, the tech implementation, the quality control, the lead knew where to send the ticket to. Everyone knew exactly when their part and process began. And when everything was completed, all the deliverables were placed in a shared location for final quality review. Now, even describing that probably sounds complex. And it was. But we're talking about a $5,000, $6,000 service inside of a done for you digital agency with multiple deliverables, multiple team members involved. But if you're running a coaching or consulting business where you're delivering one-on-one or one-to-many offers, your operations are going to be much simpler than this. Your strategies are going to be simpler. Your processes will be simpler. Your systems and automations are going to be simpler. So just remember, the key isn't complexity. The key is order. When sophisticated businesses build operation infrastructure, they follow a sequence: strategy, process, system, automation. When automation is built in that order, it stops feeling overwhelming and starts functioning like infrastructure. And that's how sophisticated automation systems are actually built. One process at a time, one rule at a time, one trigger at a time. So when you're thinking about building automations in your business, the real question is, how do I automate everything? The real question is, what is the one process I should stabilize first? And if you want help identifying that first operational move inside your business, that's exactly why I created the stability program inside of Anointed Automations Academy. It's a 14-day guided process that helps you identify the operational breakdown, map the automation trigger, and create a simple decision structure that stabilizes the process. You can grab that below. Now, once your systems begin stabilizing, the next question becomes, where are buyers actually entering your business? Because every automation system should support a real buyer pipeline. So I want you to watch this next video called Where is Your Pipeline? In this video, I'm going to walk you through one specific strategy you can start implementing immediately. And it's one of the easiest places to begin building automation into your business.